Cutler opping, you had Tarek opping, and it was just really weird.
Yeah. All right, here we go. The first map. #1 team in North America, Cloud9, taking on the #2, maybe #3 team in the North America, CLG. First map, you see it, our favorite, Dust2. This time bringing you the action. Landers and Helium, take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. How fitting to have the North American teams facing off on Dust2 and then Cash. It's the proving grounds for these guys. And some interesting predictions there on the desk. Hiko thinking CLG could take this 2-0, but into the pistol right now, we do have that Xbox smoke down. Freakazoid moving up, trying to find that entry here. It looks like Cutler got lit up, and he will be dropping back. And Freak gets it. He finds him. He'll bring him out of the round. And the man advantage for Cloud9. JDM with that Molotov, but taken out from the other side. Sean Garris gets him. Tarek trying to go on that flank, but 3v5, it's going to be very, very difficult. Sinks does have a kit. They'll get that flash across. No one playing so aggressive for Cloud9. Where are the post-plant spots? They've actually went towards long. That's where Shroud finds this kill. Sean Garris back over towards the site, and now it is Sinks all by himself, and they're just pushing him down. Going to set the tone of the match early on.
Yeah, they really got away with that A split extremely quickly. Just went straight up. Obviously, Free cleared out Cat by himself. He hit his headshot. Sean Garris got a kill for himself, and they crushed A just like that. 3 players on a retake through CT is like really unfavorable, so they couldn't find a good way to pull that off, and because their A players couldn't trade out or even delay, they really had no opportunity to win the round.
All right, so coming into this one, will we see? We've seen a lot of poor money management actually from a lot of teams here today. It looks like not going for the force here, just a Deagle, a flash, and a P250 there for Tarek. And I know they were saying that Tarek didn't really show up yesterday, but earlier against Team Liquid, he actually had a solid performance in all 3 of the maps. Here comes Cloud9 storming out onto that B site. CLG all at A right now, and we see them making that rotation over, but they're really not going to be able to do anything from this position.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting decision to not force up with armor and pistols. It's something you don't see typically. Dust2 is a very favorable map for a team that wants to maybe try and pull off that force buy. Now, the thing is that Hayes actually bought a Deagle, so that puts him down to 800, and that might leave his money in kind of a precarious spot. He's not going to have as much money as his teammates who are full saving or just buying P250s, and that's going to affect his buy going into the next round. Now, a couple of kills that come out while
USP best pistol, apparently.
Yeah, apparently you don't need to spend that extra 800.
I'm not even worried about it. So they will try to save. They save what? 2 MP7, so that's going to be kind of nice, but I don't know. Maybe a small chance for something to happen on this map, but you're going to have the rifles coming out from Shroud, Freak, and Sean Garris buying up his there. So what do we got? What is CLG going to try to pull out here? Will they do another gamble stack? Will they set up for the default? It looks like a heavy CT presence here. So hoping for a mid-split from Cloud9.
Yeah, they actually opted not to get armor behind their MP7s, which I guess is understandable because they do need to keep the money at a certain point for next round. Now, Cloud9, knowing that it is going to be another full save or at least just a regular buy-up behind the MP7s, a couple of flashes to complement these weapons, have tried not to buy AKs. Sean Garris is the only one with an AK. And so they can afford to lose a couple players here, actually getting out long so far. And unbeknownst to CLG, who get caught off guards, Cutler goes down immediately, and that leaves Hayes in CT to defend the entirety of the A site by himself.
I mean, all of CLG right now forced to try to come back up through that smoke from CT. You already mentioned in the last round how it's not the favorable position for the retake. Maybe one of them could have got up to Cap, but Shroud's over here at the double door, shutting that completely down. He sees the flash come out. He knows Sinks is there, and he gets him through the corner of the box. But on to round 4. Can CLG do something to turn this around with their rifles?
Yeah, I mean, they obviously feel confident at this point. Now, JDM, as you mentioned, you said that you casted a match, or the CLG match, CLG versus Liquid.
CLG Liquid match.
JDM was playing lights out.
He was, although Team Liquid were kind of going 1 by 1. They were giving him a lot. He was playing Car here on Dust2, opping up the catwalk, and there were not smokes or flashes to try to just, disrupt JDM's opping at all, and he was just hitting his shots. So he definitely had a warm-up earlier. That is for sure. Cloud9 storming their way out of long. Shroud 1, Cutler the other. We've got a 4-on-4, and Shroud's actually pretty low, down to 35 HP.
Yeah, now, so this he answered up with this long take, was answered back by CLG. It's actually been a trade 1-for-1, which is going to favor Cloud9 apart from the damage that Shroud's taken. But since they have him here, they can escort Shroud into pit. And now there's a player in lower. Hayes, he goes down. JDM answers back, though, and now I'm not so sure.
Yeah, nice shot there from Carr. He was, you know, as long was out of his control, he had nowhere to go. He was kind of stuck in the corner, but he turns, he gets that shot.
It looks like they're congregating back towards mid, and because they're giving up Blum, I'm going to assume that they are either going to want a mid to B or just straight up go through tunnels. If not, just go through Cat and hope that they've pulled both rotators, but I don't think that's
Cutler goes for the peek. Skadoodle, though, will miss it as Cutler just kind of strafes across there. Skadoodle going to try to get aggressive on this. Doesn't look like he'll give him an opportunity. Sean Garris will sit by the Xbox and wait, and there he goes. He takes out Cutler. Now it all falls onto Tarek here, and at this position, I mean, no kit. Might as well just save here or try to set up for some exits, perhaps. Maybe get that op if he can find Skadoodle.
Yeah, that was kind of awkward of long there. JDM died while we were talking, but he was just at car, got his first frag, and kind of made that long split or that A split a little bit harder to actually execute. But then he just died as he was pushed off of car. I guess he didn't assume, he assumed that everyone fell off of the long bush route was actually still in pit. But if he had managed to stay alive there, his presence alone would have made that a lot more difficult. Now Tarek picks up his op, is going to be sitting in pit with it, and he can save this. Skadoodle is going to also have an op in his hands, but so far it's looking like a really good start for Cloud9.
I wonder what they'll try to do, if they'll post that op up and support behind it with some pistols, or maybe they'll have JDM attempt to anchor his sight and stack the pistols into another one, because the money is, I mean, you've lost 3 in a row right now, some more money coming in because of that loss bonus, but still on the more expensive side, it's not really enough to do anything with it. I don't know, you're up at the 3K mark. You could maybe force him behind this, but I wouldn't really recommend it. Getting obviously a poor start already, but then destroying your economy, if they don't win it, could, you know, be very detrimental.
Yeah, I mean, they're in a buy save situation. JDM, oh,
he gets it.
Head blown off by Skadoodle trying to jump across the door. Absolutely no chance. And now Tarek is going to be rotating over towards B. He's going to recycle this up and look for a peek here. He has been known to hybrid, but gets taken down by the P90 of Freakazoid. And now there are 3 players left alone. That op might have been dropped in sight and might not be able to be.
I don't know if they can retrieve it.
Scavenge.
Hard to tell with the smokes that are down. Cutler trying to work his way in, but he probably thought he had jumped up, but he was still just on the ground. Can't see anything. Freakazoid thinking about going out. There's a flash. Window player is going to go down, and Freakazoid will grab Hayes to his behind the box. Sanks now at doors. He's actually, Sanks has really impressed me with his P250 work. He has, CLG won so many just actually full eco in the CSGO sense, where you've bought P250s.
Yeah, it's been a little bit.
But he got so many like good close angles. And another round for Cloud9 as the crowd is.
Looks like people are cheering for America.
Yeah, hard not to in this matchup, right?
Yeah, definitely feel that. So now it's that's what happens, right? You win the pistol, you win the first rifle. It's 5-0. You don't get eco. There was no force buys to have to deal with. That's smooth sailing. You've had a great start to your first half. Now it looks like nothing is running down middle here, and I wonder if he's actually going to go through the doors. He is going to lurk out right through the smoke. And JDM, too aware, is going to be waiting for him, and there are also going to be 3 players in the site here in B, but because nothing died at mid, they're going to cancel that strategy, and they have a player at long, Skadoodle, who's going to maintain presence on the other side of the map. Yeah,
he was going for the op shot there. He could only wait in a Molotov that was thrown to kind of dissuade it for so long, so even he's kind of backed off. So not able to get control anywhere. The heroics from nothing, you know, failed, and like you said, that B split was canceled. JDM, second kill of the round, taking down both Skadoodle and nothing at this point, and it looks like CLG might have found their round. Still a minute to play with, though. Let's see what the 3 men up for Cloud9.
It can be so easy that early in the round to lose focus on your spot, especially if you don't think someone's going to run out mid like that. And it's good on JDM for being aware, but here we have Sean Garris flashed out with the op, is trying to cross Cat at this moment. Cutler's going to take a couple shots and sees the op right now, so now they got to deal with this Cat split, or actually just full-on Cat play.
Molotov's still burning him through that. Does he realize it got him down to half HP there? That was Cutler, but Tarek now just taking these shots, the shooting gallery as they come across. Now it is just Sean Garris with 14 HP and off, and there it is, Cutler finding him. 2K for JDM to start things off, 2K for Tarek and Cutler closing it out.
Clean round overall. Everybody staying alive is enormous. Now, even though there's a rule of thumb where if you win 5, or you lose 5, you win 1, you lose 1, you're broke. In this situation, because they kept all 5 players alive, that means that there's going to be a rebuy for next round, even if they lose this one. So that is the benefit of winning the round as decisively as they did. And that's going to give them options moving forward. But beyond that, they're going to want to string together more than one round just for the sake of having them, as they're already at a 4-round deficit.
So CLG pulling out the double ops already.
Yeah.
They've got that money up. It's a very expensive round, even with having kept everyone alive. They pulled this off against Team Liquid, and they were actually down 7 rounds on Dust2 against Team Liquid in the earlier series. They finally won a round, transitioned into this double op, and they won 12 in a row, made the comeback and won Dust2 as the third map. So it was actually very impressive, their C2 defense. And we can see actually JDM over at Car, he's pretty much always going to be there. And Sean Garris, you know, if he's done the prep work, it's an NA team, he knows them. He's going to know JDM's there. Yep. And Tarek over at B up in that window. Yeah,
we have the old like Dignitas setup where you have 3 players at A, but a focus on long here. 2 players inside of the B site. JDM obviously opping Markelov seems to be the most popular spot to stage your op up if you have one. And he was over at mid, so this might throw them through a loop as he is in a new position. It's always good to have your op moving around as we're seeing now. And Cloud9 aren't spotting anything at mid. Sean Garris is actually just creeping out middle. Might look for a pick before they try to do anything else.
Sean Garris going to get flashed, looks like. Cloud9 trying to throw these CT smokes from that catwalk and jump down. Sean Garris actually is going to move out and find the entry there himself. His time is getting very, very low. They have to go B. Tarek gets one shot. Skadoodle, though, immediately on the trade out. 4-on-3 now, advantage Cloud9. Getting into the site with 10 seconds to spare. 3.5 to plant, so, you know, more than enough time, right?
They did just play Navi. Might be feeling inspired to take the tempo down a notch. And Shroud also finding a rotator kill on Cutler. That's going to secure the round. If Tarek was able to stay alive, him getting that pick was almost necessary. Wow, Shroud, nice shot there. They would have had a much harder time actually getting to the site, but it was really necessary for, I think, Tarek to take that fight because it was a matter of Skadoodle having good pacing, or good spacing there, I should say, to get that trade really easily in window. So that's what locked it up. But nice lurk out mid from Sean Garris. Yeah,
Sean Garris stepping up in and just hitting that entry himself. I guess Freakazoid wasn't available. And that double op setup that I hyped up for CLG just fell apart in the first time that they used it. And that was a slow round, right? Like a minute 20 seconds ticked off the round clock before even a player of the other team was spotted.
Right.
So extremely slow there. And we'll see now Cloud9 probably expecting the pistols to come out after experiencing the double ops. We'll quicken the pace a bit more here. They're already out catwalk. They're onto that A side. Cutler is close, can maybe do some damage, maybe 1 kill here with that CZ, maybe another, and yeah, it seems probably had already shot the 12 bullets at that point. Freakazoid brings him down. Sean Garris now finding Hayes. Tarek jumping up, trying to get a random jumping headshot with that one. A kind of unique pop flash, actually very effective. He's pushed that smoke blind himself though, so he didn't see that player who crouched behind the box. Now 4-on-2.
Yeah, actually a bit of miscalculation on my part. Now instead of them having the double save, however, they'll only have to save 1. And so that is their saving grace in this situation. Sangsington is going to be going up against a couple players here who are kind of hurt. Actually does take 1 down. Nothing Sean Garris. We're about to blow over, but that's Cloud9 up to a very dominant lead. 7-1 right now. Looking great in this half, but it's almost very similar to the half, or to the starts of the half that we saw versus Mouse. I think it was pretty much an identical scoreline, so I wouldn't say it's over until it's over.
Yeah, and CLG also did, like I said, make that comeback against Team Liquid. Cloud9, though, is obviously quite a different animal to deal with. So we'll see if they can try to make that adjustment. Once again, setting up for kind of 2 towards B, 3 at A defense right now. JDM, of course, going to be at that car position. It's like fighting for long control. They'll deposit a player. That's Cutler into the pit. Shroud, though, coming out, finds JDM, so he just outpicks the op.
Yeah, now we have 2 players holding long, and they're really just waiting for a retake situation. If it is the case that C9 decide to go up cat. Sean Garris, however, has lurked out middle, and there's a couple players pushing into B separated from their team. Freak does find a kill there, but will it be worthwhile? It's actually 3v2 in this situation. And now they have a lot of options, but
a little 1v1 at the B side. When Tarek will win it. So that actually brought it to a 2-on-2. I mean, tons of time. Sean Garris really needed to take that battle by himself. And you know that Tarek's in there, right? Just battle the star player real quick, 1v1. Gotta wonder about it. But now 2-on-2. Tarek will go down to Skadoodle. Cutler's still quite far away from the action. The bomb gonna go down. Not a great plant, but it doesn't look like they're gonna venture too far. Close to the door and 1 back plat, so it'll work for them. Cutler going in now, hot flashing through, and he gets one, a nice little 180, but Shroud is there.
Yeah, Cutler had a little bit of utility there, but in that 1v2 where they kind of knew he was coming from mid, it was going to be a tough retake. either way, Cloud9 sealed it up, but I think I was gonna compliment how loose they were playing. Like they had Shroud walk up Cat, and he found a pick on JDM, who was gonna come back and op Cat at a passive angle, and got caught off guard because Shroud had lurked up so quickly. Because Cat they keep giving up control of Cat pretty much every single round.
Oh,
wow,
my
dude.
Gosh.
Oh my
He
goodness.
was all over that. Tarek took like a really close to the door approach too, and now Shroud just running out. And keep in mind, it is just pistols, no armor here for CLG. Didn't matter for the op shot.
No,
that wouldn't have
style
changed
points.
regardless. But for Shroud moving out, his 2 kills don't count.
Yeah.
Sorry, Shroud.
Yeah, I mean, he hits that shot so many times. I mean, it could have just been part of the strat.
Yo, hit the shot.
Hit the shot.
Take the shot.
Just do it.
Shoot the J. And I'm out. That's all I got.
Yeah, that's just yeah. So one thing we're seeing from CLG is cat control is almost always being given up.
Yes.
JDM hasn't once opted from Brick at all. He's almost always been at long or at mid on the first round that he was opping. And apart from that, it seems like CLG are adamant at controlling long. Now, Cloud9 don't have a problem giving that up because they're loving mid control until the CT setup is not sufficient. Or not conducive to the playstyle that Cloud9 is trying to impose on them. Once you give them mid control, Cloud9 know what to do with it. Sean Garrett is not afraid to lurk out mid. Shroud is not afraid to go up cat. And if you give them both options, one of them's going to find a kill, and that's what we saw on the last rifle round.
Well, if they realize what's going on, which they probably should, JDM is probably telling them, I'm losing this battle every time. The solution's easy. Just have JDM playing the site. He can spot down long, and you put your 2 players on the catwalk. And if you give up A, as a CT, retaking from catwalk is going to be so much better than trying to run up long where there is no cover.
Yeah.
We saw them try to attempt the retake from long a few times, and it hasn't worked out. Cloud9 now with 9 rounds.
Okay. See, they keep going for long control, and it's kind of like a gambler's fallacy on the part of CLG, who assume eventually they have to go long. But the thing is, they're actually correct. Sanks with a huge spray down gets a couple of players. Freakazoid super low, gets Sank down to 3 HP, and that is a setup that has worked.
Let's see, Freakazoid still at that blue bin though. Cutler will find him. Does take still a considerable amount of damage. This kid Toodle, we've seen him win some rounds, but a 1v4 here from this situation. At least he does have the bomb. Let's see if he can do it or start this off. He's got one coming close, one of course far away, and before either of them will give him the peek, he gets brought down from the other direction.
Yep, and I think I don't know if that means much. You know, it was 4 rounds in a row. Again, the economy of CLG is a loss away from putting them on a double save, putting them in a really awkward position where there's only 4 rounds total left to play out in the half, and if they don't win this round, then they're gonna have to save for 2 out of 3.
So they have adjusted here. JDM has pushed out Cat, actually. Again, back to the double op setup, but using it very differently. Tarek now on mid, JDM on the catwalk, looking into lower B. So they have changed the approach quite dramatically. Still, though, heavy on long with 2 players there. They'll leave Sanks in the pit. And Cloud9 taking this one slow. Nothing, just up to his usual, kind of lurking towards that lower B area as the rest of the team works on mid control and watches that flank.
Yeah, there we have JDM pushed up on Cat with that op. He took an aggressive peek, and
yeah, he's falling back now.
yeah, that could be enough. You know, scout for information. It stops the early lurk from coming out. They actually throw a smoke down, and so he can fall off to a more passive angle now, but with confidence instead of having to re-peek it late after taking long control. So that's a bonus for him, but it looks like Cloud9 want to take long late, and that actually might favor CLG, who have some type of crossfire going on right now.
Yeah, towards long once more. Sanks had a good performance from that in the last round. But I'm worried that CLG have just fallen back into their same old, which has not been working. And now Freakazoid's going to hit that entry, that one as well, because the shot is not there. JDM takes one and misses. Cutler, though, going to maybe make a stand here. He's got one, but again, not a great position to hold on, and that's why. You're just stuck with people coming along and the catwalk. Nothing just takes him down from behind.
Yeah.
At 4-on-2 now, advantage, Cloud9.
It was
what a toss.
Yeah, it was the late long control setup. It played kind of into the hand of CLG, who, you know, typically a team will watch long and then they'll give it up at a certain point because late long is one of the least likely possibilities considering how far back it is. If it's not in the strategy out the gate, then you're most likely not going to have to go up against it later in the round. So, but for them, they had a player in pit and they had JDM really close to help them. The long control smoke came out to neutralize JDM, and then they jumped in pit immediately and dealt with the crossfire that way. It ended up working out beautifully, and it's almost as if they had the setup, but they didn't have the patience.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really hold that forever, though, can you? Like, push so aggressive up on that catwalk as an offer.
Oh,
At
no,
some point...
No, I mean, like, them going for long control was a great idea, right? But even when they came long, they weren't prepared for it mentally, I feel like.
Yeah, they were way down in the pit. Like, you're not shooting anybody from there, and Freakazoid just wins. He just goes to check the spot, and someone's there, and he hits the shot. So.
Yeah, and it was right as JDM was about to leave, so he doesn't have his back. And yeah, that's what it spells for CLG. 2 rounds, forced by here. Sanks only with the 5-7. And early mid control being taken by Tarek. He's going to take the first fight with Freakazoid and wins it. Pushed all the way up mid, and now he can fall off. They've got 5v4. This is one of the only rounds that they've ever gotten an opening pick. And as long as they play their cards right, that means they should win the round.
Yeah. All right. See what Sean Garris can cook up here. See if he can't find the ingredient. Hayes, Tarek out towards B. So mid is giving up. Tarek, I guess, will be the man here in B to switch around. Skadoodle thinking about going in, but now the smoke's going to stop Cloud9 in their tracks. So everyone in B. If Sanks, I don't know, he's playing close door. I don't know if we'll push long for information, but here it comes. Cloud9 coming out. Shroud with 1. Tarek answering right back, but Shroud gets him as well. So 3-on-3, but CLG, all of them on the other side of the map. And Shroud to get the bomb down here in the default plant.
Yeah, they've got very little chance to win this round. Tunnels is being taken control of. Skadoodle has an op in the site. He can just spot window as Shroud sits on the bomb and watches the door. It's going to be a very difficult retake, and there is the tunnel rotator, so that might be all she wrote for this round. But
JDM going to try for it here, and oh my gosh, Skadoodle is probably sitting with his crosshair there for the last 20 seconds. Brings out JDM instantly. Color, though, does find one. Shroud looks to get a little bit aggressive, trying to kill that CT that might even be, you know, running away with a knife out towards CT at that point. But now Cutler will find 1 frag, and he'll bring an AK, armor, and defuse into the next round. Now let's look at the money for the rest of that team. It's not too great. Actually, it's rather terrible.
No, it's horrible. Yeah, this glass is like 10% full right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, JDM is going to have an op. Didn't they just pick up an AK? Did Cutler actually find an op?
Oh, he might have found an op right at the end.
Oh,
yeah.
he
had an AK,
op,
and then he found even a better selection there and took out the op.
Yeah, that's a pretty good find. Now, it looks like Shroud is going to take a peek at long. Will he find any kills for it? No, JDM comes in for the trade. And there are 2 more players outside of long. It seems like Cloud9, whenever they want to take long, it's never a good idea, but they always end up executing it properly anyway and winning the duels. Will they pay for it this time? No, Skadoodle comes out and wins a duel versus JDM.
Still 2 people here. Are they going to expect this? I don't know if they've run into 3. Cutler going to pop flash, and you barely have enough time to pull that CZ out. And let's see, 1 player still in pit. It's going to be Sanks. What can he do here? Grenade going down, forces him back into the pit. Another one. That's only 2 damage, though, and a flash. Sanks getting so much stuff thrown at him right now. Can he get out with that 5-7, find 1 more kill? No, but Hayes actually with the deagle does find 1, and he brought down nothing, so there's a 2v2 situation. And once again, that bomb going out towards B.
Yeah, and it looks like Freak is going to hang out at mid, and Skadoodle's like, we'll rendezvous at B. You catch rotators, and that's going to be the best course of action.
Catch Skadoodle, or Freakazoid, though, sorry.
Yeah,
if he checks down. Sometimes you won't. You'll get lazy, and you'll forget.
Oh.
Here's the reload. Now he knows, and the footsteps, of course.
And he's going to save.
Yeah.
Salt in the wounds.
Definitely. So now Sanks all alone, just kind of posting up. Maybe find 1 more frag, but once again, saving that op. So try to keep JDM, at least on point with the op.
Yeah, that's something. And again, some of the times CLG have been right. It's been long control that Cloud9 want to take. In spite of that, Cloud9 have been able to take it.
Yeah, even with 3 people there.
Yeah.
Granted, kind of just CZs some armor and flashes, but.
And some of the earlier rounds have seen CLG leave. The thing is that CLG haven't changed up their strategy. It's been pretty much long control every single round, and then Cloud9.
They really haven't changed anything.
No, pretty much nothing at all. And Cloud9 will either just go up cat and then continue to maybe anti-strat them, and you can't see these air quotes.
I like the air quotes. Yeah, I was about to point it out.
By going out long, but they're just running into the exact same setup that existed last round. Except they don't know that. What just happened?
My gosh.
Skadoodle.
Well, he sees the forward smoke. Why do you throw that but to push through to Xbox? And he just takes a shot through it and it connects on the JDM. And now nothing there. Lower B, where he spends a lot of his time on this map, finding that kill onto Tarek. So the pistol armor, the force up here, as it is the last round of the half. And just nothing has worked. And the only adjustment we ever saw was that aggressive mid and cat hold with a double op setup.
Yeah. You know, this half has been
Whoa, that was one heck of a flash.
has been a series of successful rounds for Cloud9. I mean, 13 rounds on the board, only 2 for CLG. It's come down to obviously hitting your shots, keeping it dynamic, maintaining a better op presence than CLG has, right? In the couple of duels that were had, Scoodles won them, and then gotten some of the most ridiculous picks through mid doors, out long.
Yeah, he's got, what, 3 to 5? I don't really have a hard count on it, but he's hit a lot of people through those doors.
Yep.
And that can just destroy your morale. Maybe it's just a strat, CLG playing on hard mode, trying to get to OT again from a 2 to 13 score line. Just like, no problem. We can do this against Cloud9 all the time.
Yeah, just challenging themselves.
Yeah, so that'll be very, very difficult to come back. If Cloud9 at this point can take that pistol, it's just going to be, it's over.
Yeah.
There's really no sugarcoating this. 99% of the time, this should be over. And we witnessed the 1% yesterday on Cash.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, CLG are the comeback team. I mean, they do this time and time again. They lose halves by ridiculous margins and then manage to make the most of each round, take it round by round. They're really good at keeping their heads in the game, and it shows in the results. But in this situation, again, I don't know. It's going to be hard. Cloud9.
Oh, do they know that nothing got in here?
Probably just had a lot of talking about
like
their T side, and oh yeah, nothing. He's going to be waiting for a couple of frags. Will he find him? No, Hayes trades 1 for 1. That's going to be favorable for him.
Oh, Freak, though, does get him right afterwards. So the trade was there for Cloud9. Now a 4-on-3 advantage. And at this point, Skadoodle's got all the information. He's got 3 people coming up long. He knows they're there. Tarek Glocks out. JDM as well. And Tarek, another long-range battle. Finally, he gets those bullets to drop, and he gets the headshot. So a 2-kill for both JDM and Tarek running up to that site, winning a 3v4.
Beginning of the end.
A comeback Kings, man. Could be it.
Man, that would be ridiculous. Now, Cloud9, will they buy? I mean, I don't see why they wouldn't. They've got enough for a couple of scouts, armor pistol. It's, you know, they've got an enormous lead. That really shouldn't factor too much into their decision. It looks like, no, they are done. They are done.
They're not making any bad investments.
No.
Right?
They came away with a very solid T side last time. It was their CT side that was the problem, and it looks like they're gonna cut right to the chase, wait for that op, and win on the rifle round. So, but CLG anticipating the force buy is actually paid for some of the more expensive weapons that give you less kill reward, the rifles, right? A couple of Glos, a couple of AKs.
Yeah, I'm not sure. That's kind of odd though, right? You always expect like at least an SMG. I like the mix to have one SMG. That way against an eco or a force buy, you can have that SMG, or even just like the Tech9 in their case, just go and scout. Make sure you're not going to run into a stack, and then you don't give anything away to the other team to save. But here we go, CLG keeping everybody alive as they kind of just shut down Cloud9 and it was their full eco. So, and another one to come here.
As they move forward into this round, again, they didn't benefit from the kill reward. They didn't lose a single player, so there is some good that came of it. But at the same time, if it is the case that they do lose a round, they might be in kind of a bad place. That being said, they do have the guns that they want, and that is good news for them. Flashing to upper B is going to deny some early pressure from Cutler. And look at the posturing from the CTs. Perfect response to the way CLG are set up right now. If
this is a round where on an eco Cloud9 can find some of these kills and force, you know, not great rebuys out of CLG, and going into this 4th round of the second half, it's going to be an amazing rifle round in terms of value. But CLG just gunning down everybody. They walk right through that stack. And Cloud9 not coming out of this round with a kill. And that terrorist economy is actually going to be really, really strong.
You know, that still affects you mentally, right? You run into the stack in a situation where you're going up against an anti-eco and you're trying to pick the path of least resistance, right? As a team on T side, if you think that they're stacked B, you're not trying to walk into that. You know, it's fine if you take it slow, you take a fight 1 by 1, you should still win, but you're not trying to lose any guns whatsoever. So the fact that Cloud9 had that read on them is a point mentally over them. And if they continue to get in their heads, it's going to be a tough road back. But yeah, I guess you got to go brick by brick. And that's what CLG do excel at, 5 to 13.
And here's the rifle round. Let's see what gets upgraded. Will they try to stay on these Galils? I mean, those players might try to just milk the Galil a little bit longer. Now Sanks is going to say, I'm going for the AK here. It looks like Cutler might still be chilling with the Galil. JDM, though, has found the op. And, of course, after you've saved right off the start in Cloud9's position, now you've got a strong op round. And I could have sworn that might have been a tag, but no. Oh, there it is, I think, on the Shungaris now, the second shot.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's hard to advocate, like, upgrading a weapon as good as the Galil is, but the Galil is so bad that, like, it's hard.
I think you've just contradicted yourself there, Launders.
I'm just a consumer, okay? It's the price.
You're a Galil hater.
The price gets to me.
All right, let's see. Skadoodle now playing from Car, where we saw JDM didn't get too many good shots from that position up against Cloud9 in that first half. Maybe Skadoodle can do a bit better. It's like Hayes is ready to throw some set smokes to try to execute out there.
Are CLG going to work into some kind of execute right off the bat? It kind of looks like the exact same setup that they used on Cloud9 right here with this kind of long split. It's like a 4-1 right now, and I don't know. I think Sanks is just going to go out late. Yeah, he's lurking, so that would make the most sense. Will Tarek jump into CT? They molly themselves off Cat. He is going to fly in.
Whoa! Two of them going. That was a big jump. Skadoodle will hit that first shot, though. Can he find the other? Doesn't need to. Nothing will bring it in. And now Shroud pushing up through that smoke is going to be there now. And Sanks from Long gonna, well, yeah, lights him up, but didn't quite aim at him quick enough. Oh! Bomb is planted. And Freak and Shungaris are actually rather low. So JDM, Cutler still with that. Galil finds one more. That grenade went off on his eyeballs. What was that? And there it is. Cloud9 take that first rifle, but it was still very costly. They lost 3 people there.
Oh, it's trying to fit right in that orbital. And that was very costly, but more than that, I mean, it's Cloud9 getting a 14th round. I mean, they're sealing up the round before match point. It's very close to a GG for Cloud9, and CLG though they did do a good job on those 3 rounds following, or the 2 rounds following the pistol, and that's going to result in them having even more money after this buy.
Back-to-back tags at the start of the round for JDM. This time he hits nothing. Well, hit something, but it just happened to be named nothing. And the double ops, they'll pull it out again, this time on the other side of things. Tarek taking his, still spotting out that middle. JDM looking towards long, hoping for a push perhaps from Freakazoid, who is posted up in the pit. Shroud able to rotate back, and Skadoodle now is opting over towards mid. So again, 2-on-2 setup is almost every team does. And that's why Cat's just such a popular staging area now, because most of the time it's really not contested.
I just realized the setup has completely changed. You have Skadoodle here with the op actually at mid, and we have Freak as a long anchor. Earlier we saw Shroud having a really hard time anchoring long. You know, where he's known to get 1 or 2 kills pretty much every round, he was getting none. And, oh,
Skadoodle.
Ooh, that's a great way to open up a round.
Take one of those ops away here. A bit of a slow round, as you might expect, since the Terrorists did go for a double op setup, but it seems as now that about a minute off the clock, the action is starting to really ramp up. Nice grenade in from Shroud. He's got a scout of all things, and he will connect twice in a row. 3 if you count the grenade. Oh, they do a quick double peek. And that'll be successful. JDM to find it. Sanks brings down nothing. It was tagged earlier in the round, but there's Skadoodle hitting a nice flick shot. And now 3-on-2, but a couple players low on the side of Cloud9. The mid-to-B smoke will go down. That should telegraph some things. Is there an angle here over the gap at the top of that smoke? There is, but it's actually Sanks who finds it. Wow, it's beautiful stuff from him. Now coming into the site, Shungaris playing in that closet. He will be brought down. 2K for JDM, and now Skadoodle into a 1-on-2, and it looks like he's just going to go quickly, trying to get through those doors, but I think he's stuck on something. And now walking out. I see him moving. Okay, that's back out towards the site, so that didn't quite go as planned, and maybe after that he just backs off the save.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to actually want to hang on to this op. I mean, look at the economy of Cloud9. It's actually not in a great place. They do only have 1 round. It's just that they are so close to winning. It feels like that they've been in control of this half as well as the first. Now, with that being said, CLG do manage to get a bomb down, hang on to an op, secure a round win, and yeah, it was pretty well played by them. I mean, in that situation, it seemed helpless, right? Like, Skadoodle's over at A, he gets the first pick in a 3v3, and then 2 players on Cat have to fall back to a position where they have no information, and they decided to go mid to B on it. They get an entry that way, get into the site, JDM finds an op kill on the Shungaris with 10 seconds remaining, and they get the bomb down and win the round. If everything didn't fall into place there, you know, we wouldn't be talking about that round as being good for CLG, obviously, but it all did, and this is a result of good teamwork and talent.
JDM posted up this time, looking for someone to give him an inch over here at the tunnels, and it looks like Skadoodle has kind of set up. JDM gave up the angle though, and then just kind of forces himself to re-peek it. I'm not sure what that was about. Perhaps worried someone would push from that lower side as they do now, and JDM will clean that up. Bringing down nothing, Skadoodle going to get himself onto the double boxes. Good opportunity. Looks like they're going to try to peek 2x2, or rather just like 2 wide. But it doesn't quite work out.
Oh, they immediately, now they know it's on it, they know it's an eco, but they see Skadoodle in the B side, so they assume everybody else is on the other side of the map, and they'd be right, but they're running right into them. The shots are coming out, the pistol kills are happening, and now it's 3v3, though Cutler, quick to respond, gets 2 kills, and now it's 3v2.
Yeah, he brings that back. It was getting scary for a second when you had that 3-on-3 situation. The pistols just so dangerous, especially that 5-7. Let's see now, Sanks moving out. Will he be able to catch out this player on the ramp? That is going to be Sean Garris. Just with a P2K, but maybe there's potential here.
No, he's going to get caught off at long here.
Yeah.
Cutler. Great
Third
round
for the
for
round.
him.
Yeah, looks like Skadoodle will run off again to save. Although, I think JDM hearing him. Yeah, the flash coming down in response. That does actually fully blind Skadoodle. Must have been scoped up through the doors. JDM hit the shot. No, right into the crosshair of Skadoodle, and then he will go down. And had the knife out for the jumping. Maybe a bit unnecessary if he had just kept that op out. Potential for a flick. So something to think about there. But around that Cloud9, you know, shouldn't have won anyways. CLG are able to come out ahead.
Yeah.
Step at a time here on the comeback.
Yeah, step at a time. I mean, they got 5 rounds in this half. It's looking like the half that Cloud9 gave to CLG. And you don't want to jinx it because they do have a lot of work to do. But at the same time, they have proven themselves in the majority of those rifle rounds. And Cloud9 have just had a bad day on CT so far. And they're trying out something new. So maybe this means that CLG are going to find a way to leverage each and every round.
So already on an eco, we saw the B stack from Cloud9. It looks like they'll try to go for it again here. Let's see, maybe the mid to B. It's just Shroud out there. 3 into the site, and it is Sean Garris kind of just chilling on that A site, looking for maybe information, can make a call and get those rotations.
I think CLG aren't fully aware that it's going to be an eco play. We have Sanks again out long, so they're going to do this 4-1 A split. And they've done this versus a rifle. So unless they want to do this versus an eco, or they were planning not to waste it on an eco, I think they haven't scouted long enough to determine whether or not it is one.
All right, they're coming out, though they will come by. 2 people peeking him. They'll bring him down. Cutler, though, trying to once again find the kills in the aftermath of some pistol frags from Cloud9. Storming out 2-on-2 briefly. Now it's just Sean Garris with the CZ. He was that one player that was at A for the whole round. He can maybe move forward, post up for an exit. Should be a gun down as well. Check out the money. Oh, does he get him? Long range CZ. Yeah, he does pick up that AK now. He's got no armor going in for this. A fresh door smoke down there. And Sean Garris maybe just going to try to walk through it. Hope they're not walking it. They are, though. And maybe if he even just had Kevlar, he could have got that home. His aim was on point, but the aim punch affecting, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, CLG actually turned their 4-1, canceled it, and went straight up into a mid to B. It was the exact wrong play, even though they had the right one coming out the gate. So I wonder what was going through their minds in that situation. Now, obviously, they're going to realize there that they accidentally ran into a full-on stack and jeopardized their round. But because they won their round, they got an extra chance to fix that mistake. Again, Cloud9 fighting for match point here at 14 round wins and have the op that they want to win the round. Here's going to be one more chance to seal it up.
Skadoodle's completely blind, still going to try to hold the angle, hoping that he could regain his vision. But no, he can't find it. Cutler gets the opening, and I was just joking at half about CLG making this comeback, but here they are.
We've seen it happen
round
before.
by round. Freakazoid trying to hold on. He's going to drop off a little further to the ramp. And Molotov's coming in, trying to clear out that site. Cat completely controlled by CLG, and one actually still in the tunnels lurking about, but it was Tarek caught jumping with his knife out. Lucky to be alive.
Yeah, I mean, I really thought that Cloud9 had their CT side Dust2 figured out, and that the only thing that could go around is maybe Shroud and Skadoodle don't perform, right? Because they have the most pressure put on them. But in this situation, I guess maybe it's because of the same day that they're trying to change up their strategy, and because they're not used to it, it's costing them rounds. Now, they are going to be defending against Cat here. Freakazoid is at Goose. We've seen him be so good here, and all he has to do is stay alive. But the A split is coming out. Long is being taken, and there's going to be pressure on Shroud from the left side, though they're falling off.
Yeah, they go right out towards middle. Freakazoid had thrown a pop flash that didn't affect anyone, so I think they knew that he was up in Goose. Saw some other players, decided to cancel that strat and go back towards middle. But now that they find a kill there, they're going to reverse the reverse. Coming back now onto A. Tarek brings down Freakazoid now 3-on-2 here. 7 seconds, they've got to get the bomb down. It looks like it will go down just with 4 seconds to spare. Shroud from that CT ramp, almost getting that headshot. Dinks Cutler up, I believe, yeah, down to 6 HP, but Cutler finds that frag. 3 on the round. Cutler's been massive on this comeback here for CLG.
Oh my goodness, 9-14. It's actually real. I mean, that was they just get better and better, right? That was actually a pretty good round. They, you know, they think who would rotate back to A with 8 seconds left.
Yeah.
Yeah, CLG
That's
would,
crazy.
and it was at the perfect moment. I mean, the trades happened at mid. I was worried for them going for the mid to be in the first place, but if they intended to sell a fake by going mid to be the whole time, that was exactly what they needed to do because they pulled everybody off the site. They got the bomb down. They won the round. Sean Garrett saving with the op. It's something that they've had to do a lot of times this half. And yeah, if we look at the scoreboard, it's been 7 rounds to CLG and only a single round won in this half by Cloud9.
I would just like to point out that only 3 rounds in this entire map so far have come on the CT side.
Yeah.
So very T-sided affair apparently when these guys play each other.
Yeah, pretty much. Ooh, Sean Garrett's looking for that repeat. Doesn't find the kill, but also doesn't take any damage.
And I think they played that one off a spawn, right? Sean Garrett must have spawned towards the doors, went for a very quick peek, and we saw him after he'd missed. Threw the op over to Skadoodle. Shroud nearly with his 1D. Hear the size of the crowd that were just hoping for it to land, but no, it doesn't. Sanks will find him in the end. Skadoodle, though, does get Tarek as he's running out. Color once again looking to find the entries. Can he get it? Does he want to peek into Skadoodle? Probably not. He'll throw a flash. Skadoodle able to turn. Still not going to go for a peek wide.
That is an op waiting for him in suicide. They do have long right now. Nothing doesn't have much to defend with, though, and they're crossing. Going to be caught out of position at this point, yeah, and just going to fall off.
Smart play, and actually as a result, he might be able to catch out JDM. So perhaps 1v1 battle there over at the Longhouse. And, well, JDM will win that. He'll just pull out the Tech 9. Who needs ops? And it looks like a pause coming in from Sean Garrett, so probably tactical, I would imagine, as...
Double digits for both teams.
Yeah. This is when you start to worry, and this is why the pause has come in. Sean Garrett needs to talk, and they need to figure out what they need to do to adjust. Just 2 more rounds is all they need to win.
Cutler, top fragging, and Colin doing extremely well right now. Over on the side of Cloud9, we got Freak with 19 frags, Shroud with 17 for himself. Everyone's pretty tight on that end, and you know, apart from CLG, I mean, CLG is like fairly tight overall, except for Cutler just pulling away from the pack.
Yeah, incredible T-side so far.
Yeah, not doing too bad at all.
And the first, I mean, still, 12 is the lowest kill in the game, and Tarek is there, but there's a few people at it, and most are close around that 12. But so far from Tarek, this is the least explosive map I've seen from him on today.
Yeah.
As he was dropping 30s against Team Liquid earlier on.
Yep, Cloud9 signaling the ready up. CLG eager to get back to it. Don't want to put anything in the way of their momentum as they have been doing well. Now, they've only got 4 rounds that they need to win in a row. The biggest issue for them is winning 4 rounds in a row is almost winning 4 bye rounds in a row. There's probably only going to be 1 save amongst the 4 that they've got to win consecutively. And that's because of the loss bonus that Cloud9 have. And here they have the boost on the short, looking for that opening pick. Will they find one? No. They take the shot and fall off.
Yeah, Skadoodle doesn't go down.
Cutler, way out mid though.
Nothing will get him first. Haze is there for the trade. However, it's a 4v4 big HP advantage, but now Skadoodle gets hazed in the back. And I think that bomb, I don't know if it's on the bomb site or onto that CT ramp, excuse me. So let's see.
Oh, Sean Garrett's in the back of the site. Going to take a fight with JDM, who jumps through the smoke and actually gets the kill. Second Dave's going to peek into CT spawn and find it. And all of a sudden, CLG win it. Oh my goodness! It looked like Cloud9 had control of the chaos for a moment.
I wonder how much they were relying on the that boost at the catwalk actually paying off. Like how much the strat revolved around finding the frag there and having the man advantage. But instead, Skadoodle, he gets hurt. He gets on a 16 HP. He did actually manage to find one more kill on the round, or a first kill on the round, I should say.
Yeah.
But he went down and.
I mean,
just solid effort here.
It's pretty much only benefits going for that cat control if you're able to find the pick. If not, you have the map control. Oh my god, JDM getting chased by the grenades, but it is so worth it. Killing Freakazoid in that situation is pretty big, and obviously they're going up against an eco, but any eco at this point means match point for Cloud9, so winning decisively is the name of the game. Sangsington.
Nice, remembering the full name.
Cool.
Good old Sangsington.
Yeah.
He's a Super Saiyan now.
Big Sangs.
So Cutler with another double there. And even when he went down early in that last round, his team was able to trade behind him. So it was nice to see that. And then they survived easily there just over the pistols of Cloud9, although the nades almost had JDM.
This is unbelievable.
Oh god, triple op.
I have a lot of trouble believing in mental blocks, but like the more games that happen like this, the easier it is for me to believe that there is such thing.
In terms of closing out the map?
Yeah, in terms of closing out the map, I mean, I've even heard like CLG say the exact same thing about themselves. And but Skadoodle finds a very important opening pick.
Got tagged himself
to start this round. Takes some damage early on. He's going to play close mid door, and they knew that they were going to try and clear out.
Cutler actually, he's got a player to the left of him, a player to the right.
Look, Freakazoid is all the way at top mid with Shroud, and they have complete control of the map right now. This is going to be a hard round to win.
Always tough going down early. They've lost 2. This should be it, right, for Cloud9 to be able to get onto that match point, put a little bit more pressure on CLG on a per-round basis.
They just need to stop the bleeding right now, execute on a site, but they're going to do it versus 2 players. Whoa!
And Skadoodle, though, to answer right back. And another going to take out the head of JDM. The players got close. I don't think he's realized it. He hears him now. And Tarek had missed that shot. Let's see. Skadoodle kind of trying to hide in that corner. Force Tarek to just keep on peeking out. Nothing gets it. That's match point now for Cloud9. CLG. So good up until this point. Can they still, I mean, their money obviously is more than fine.
The resilience is admirable, and yeah, their money is fine. It's going to be fine for both teams. CLG have the work to do, however, and because they have the bank, that's only going to put them on equal footing. But because Cloud9 have found a way to just win a round, that's going to be bad news for CLG. That long push came at the perfect moment. I mean, me even watching the screen, I was so focused with Skadoodle taking those duels at mid that I had no attention for anyone else. And Skadoodle suddenly having such huge impact is taking the rounds into his own hands with this op.
Yeah, and that's maybe all it took for Skadoodle to just show up big and you can find these opening kills. As that's what Cutler was doing from CLG's perspective, but nothing. And Freakazoid now here on Cat to find one big grenade. Half-face spear, they just triple nade him down. Or I think maybe one of those was a flash. No, smoke. 2 nades, and I guess that other HE just didn't quite connect. I thought for sure JDM was going to be toast.
That was such a nice play from Freakazoid and Skadoodle. They had Freakazoid at bricks, just hiding behind the wall. Skadoodle take a shot, fall off, and then flash for Freak to peek, and he got a kill for it. Now it's a 5v2. JDM and Sanks fighting to stay off of map 2, or just to get to map 2, or to take map 1. I guess the best way to say it now.
Probably.
JDM, low HP, is going to look for the pick.
Yeah, trying to open it up for his team here, but I mean, Freakazoid's in that goose position. We see him there a lot. He's got a flash too, so he can go for the pop flash. Doesn't look like he needs to. He's just going to take the wide angle, and actually doesn't have.
Cutler opping, you had Tarek opping, and it was just really weird.
Yeah. All right, here we go. The first map. #1 team in North America, Cloud9, taking on the #2, maybe #3 team in the North America, CLG. First map, you see it, our favorite, Dust2. This time bringing you the action. Londers and Helium, take it away.
Thank you very much, guys. How fitting to have the North American teams facing off on Dust2 and then Cash. It's the proving grounds for these guys. And some interesting predictions there on the desk. Hugo thinking CLG could take this 2-0, but into the pistol right now, we do have that Xbox smoke down. Freakazoid moving up, trying to find that entry. It looks like Cutler got lit up, and he will be dropping back. And Freak gets it. He finds him. He'll bring him out of the round. And the man advantage for Cloud9. JDM with that Molotov, but taken out from the other side. Sean Garris gets him. Tarek trying to go on that flank, but 3v5, it's going to be very, very difficult. Sinks does have a kit. They'll get that flash across. No one playing so aggressive for Cloud9. Where are the post-plant spots? They've actually went towards long. That's where Shroud finds this kill. Sean Garris back over towards the site, and now it is Sanks all by himself, and they're just pushing him down. Going to set the tone of the match early on.
Yeah.
Could have got up to Cap, but Shroud's over here at the double door, shutting that completely down. He sees the flash come out. He knows Sanks is there, and he gets him through the corner of the box. But on to round 4. Can CLG do something to turn this around with their rifles?
Yeah, I mean, they obviously feel confident at this point now. JDM, as you mentioned, you said that you casted a match, or the CLG match, CLG
yeah,
versus Liquid.
CLG Liquid match.
JDM was playing lights out.
He was, although Team Liquid were kind of going one by one. They were giving him a lot. He was playing Car here on Dust2, opping up the catwalk, and there were not smokes or flashes to try to just, disrupt JDM's opping at all, and he was just hitting his shots. So he definitely had a warm-up earlier. That is for sure. Cloud9 storming their way out of long. Shroud one, Cutler the other. We've got a 4-on-4, and Shroud's actually pretty low, down to 35 HP.
Yeah, now, so this he answered up with this long take, was answered back by CLG. It's actually been a trade 1-for-1, which is going to favor Cloud9 apart from the damage that Shroud's taken. But since they have him here, they can escort Shroud into pit. Now there's a player in lower haze. He goes down. JDM answers back, though, and now I'm not so sure.
Yeah, nice shot there from Car. He was, his long was out of his control. He had nowhere to go. He was kind of stuck in the corner, but he turns, he gets that shot.
It looks like they're congregating back towards mid, and because they're giving up Blum, I'm going to assume that they are either going to want a mid to B or just straight up go through tunnels. If not, just go through Cat and hope that they've pulled both rotators, but I don't think that's
Cutler goes for the peek. Skadoodle, though, will miss it as Cutler just kind of strafes across there. Skadoodle going to try to get aggressive on this. Doesn't look like he'll give him an opportunity. Sean Garris will sit by the Xbox and wait, and there he goes. He takes out Cutler. Now it all falls onto Tarek here, and at this position, I mean, no kit. Might as well just save here or try to set up for some exits, perhaps. Maybe get that up if he can find Skadoodle.
Yeah, that was kind of awkward of long there. JDM died while we were talking, but he was just at Car, got his first frag, and kind of made that long split or that A split a little bit harder to actually execute. But then he just died as he was pushed off of Car. I guess he didn't assume, he assumed that everyone fell off of the long, but Shroud was actually still in pit. But if he had managed to stay alive there, his presence alone would have made that a lot more difficult. Now Tarek picks up his op, is going to be sitting in pit with it, and he can save this. Skadoodle is going to also have an op in his hands, but so far it's looking like a really good start for Cloud9.
I wonder what they'll try to do, if they'll post that op up and support behind it with some pistols, or maybe they'll have JDM attempt to anchor his sight and stack the pistols into another one, because the money is, I mean, you've lost 3 in a row right now, some more money coming in because of that loss bonus, but still on the more expensive side, it's not really enough to do anything with it. I don't know, you're up at the 3K mark. You could maybe force him behind this, but I wouldn't really recommend it. Getting obviously a poor start already, but then destroying.
They really got away with that A split extremely quickly. Just went straight up. Obviously, Free cleared out Cat by himself. He hit his headshot. Sean Garris got a kill for himself, and they crushed A just like that. 3 players on a retake through CT is like really unfavorable, so they couldn't find a good way to pull that off, and because their A players couldn't trade out or even delay, they really had no opportunity to win the round.
All right, so coming into this one, will we see? We've seen a lot of poor money management actually from a lot of teams here today. It looks like not going for the force here, just a deagle, a flash, and a P250 there for Tarek. And I know they were saying that Tarek didn't really show up yesterday, but earlier against Team Liquid, he actually had a solid performance in all 3 of the maps. Here comes Cloud9 storming out onto that B site. CLG all at A right now, and we see them making that rotation over, but they're really not going to be able to do anything from this position.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting decision to not force up with armor and pistols. It's something you don't see typically. Dust2 is a very favorable map for a team that wants to maybe try and pull off that force buy. Now, the thing is that Hayes actually bought a deagle, so that puts him down to 800, and that might leave his money in kind of a precarious spot. He's not going to have as much money as his teammates who are full saving or just buying P250s, and that's going to affect his buy going into the next round. Now, a couple of kills have come out while
USP best pistol, apparently.
Yeah, apparently you don't need to spend that extra 800.
I'm not even worried about it. So they will try to save. They save what? 2 MP7, so that's going to be kind of nice, but I don't know. Maybe a small chance for something to happen on this map, but you're going to have the rifles coming out from Shroud, Freak, and Sean Garris buying up his there. So what do we got? What is CLG going to try to pull out here? Will they do another gamble stack? Will they set up for the default? It looks like a heavy CT presence here. So hoping for a mid-split from Cloud9.
Yeah, they actually opted not to get armor behind their MP7s, which I guess is understandable because they do need to keep the money at a certain point for next round. Now, Cloud9, knowing that it is going to be another full save or at least just a regular buy-up behind the MP7s, a couple of flashes to complement these weapons, have tried not to buy AKs. Sean Garris is the only one with an AK. And so they can afford to lose a couple players here. Actually getting out long so far, and unbeknownst to CLG, who get caught off guards, Cutler goes down immediately, and that leaves Hayes in CT to defend the entirety of A site by himself.
I mean, all of CLG right now forced to try to come back up through that smoke from CT. I already mentioned in the last round how it's not the favorable position for the retake. Maybe one of the